Good afternoon and welcome to Anakie Reserve for the Geelong District Football League match of the round. Anakie versus Thomson out at Anakie Reserve, and live and exclusive coverage on Country FM this afternoon of the GDFL match of the day. And it's a welcome, as always, to my co-commentator and the number one country football commentator everywhere, Ron Brain. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jason. And well, today I can't. The old catch cry that I use. The birds are singing, the sun is shining. I can't use that today, but it is perfect for this great game of ours out here at Anakie. Australian rules footy between two very good sides in the GDFL. Very overcast. Actually, it's like a picture as I look around this beautiful setting out here at Anakie. The trees are not moving. It is just one big picture. Perfect conditions from a video and football point of view, being overcast. Let's just hope the rain can stay away, and I'm sure that we're going to see a crackerjack game of football between two great sides in Anakie and Thomson here this afternoon.
We certainly are. Now, just a couple of late changes in both sides. We have, for the Anakie side, we have Darren Friday in, and Martin Edwards is playing in the second side at the moment. And for Thomson, Andrew Gardner, the little lunchbox is out of the selected side, and Andrew Carmody comes in. He'll be wearing number 27 this afternoon for the Tigers. Now, just looking at both sides' form, well, Anakie, perennial late starters as usual. The Roos, after the Anglesea Cricket Club Premiership, which is an annual event for Daryl Bissett and the boys at Anglesea, they come back to Anakie. They have a couple of weeks to fire up, and last week got a win against East Belmont. We'll be looking to increase that and get into top 5 after today against Thomson.
Yes, and I'm sure that they can here this afternoon, and I know that Daryl Bissett is a very astute coach and a terrific footballer in GDFL, and spoke to him earlier before the game, not so long ago, and he's not 100%, he's got a little touch of the flu, but as he said to me, he said that I'll just sit in the square, Ronnie, and kick 8 this afternoon. I said, Daryl, well, if you do that, they'll probably win the game. And after Daryl said that to me, I thought that maybe, yes, there could be an opportunity here for Anakie, even though they are, let's have a look, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they're ninth on the ladder with 1 win, 2 losses and 1 draw, which was against Corio a couple of weeks ago. Thomson, second on the ladder with a 3-1 ratio, means nothing to me. Previous results. History never repeats itself. Today is another day.
Well, we've only seen the Tigers once this year, and unfortunately that was the game they lost against Bannockburn.
Correct.
By 20 goals. It's their worst performance, obviously, for the year, but they've had close wins against North Geelong, Bell Post Hill, and they've also had a good win against Corio. So
big improvers in 96, and I congratulate the new coach, Alan Richardson, and the committee out there at the Thomson Tigerland, because it's a great start to 96 for the Thomson Football Club, and I wish them well here this afternoon. But looking at that loss, the change, the late change with Andrew Lunchbox Gardner, who was the best player for Thomson in their encounter against Thomson a couple of weeks ago, he'll be a real big loss for them here this afternoon. And I'm sure that young Andy Carmody that's coming in to take his place will give 110%. But, gee, I like, even though, as I said earlier, haven't played well as a team yet, Anakie, I still like them on paper. I think they're a very formidable side, a wealth of experience. And talking about wealth, it's great to see Paul Welch, the coach of the side, back in, having a few problems with injuries and umpires so far this season. He's back out there at centre-half forward, and he'll give Justin Tate a bit of a run on the ball occasionally and a rest, and they'll just rotate here this afternoon. And it's going to be a very big job for the centre-half back, and I believe for the Thomson side, I noticed Christian Smith's not in the side. What's happened to him?
Injured, yes. Regular fullback. We saw him against Bannockburn, and he's out. Andrew Atchison will be playing at centre-half back, I would say, recruit from St Joseph's. So,
well, what a rude awakening he's going to get to Anakie.
Well, he's been playing okay, though, this year. We saw him, and he wasn't the only player for Thomson who was down on the day we saw them, but has been pretty impressive in their other matches, I have heard, and has made the interleague squad earlier in the week, so he's got a point to prove today, I would say, and a big tussle for him, because apart from Welsh, they've got a couple of other guys, as you mentioned, Tate, and also a new player from Lara, Paul Gillett. So he's obviously he's been a plus to them so far, and he looked a big boy. I saw him out at 3/4 time in the reserves match, just having a bit of a look. And
a milestone too, by the looks here this afternoon. The reserves players lining up here at on the fence.
Stephen Green, I think it was.
Stephen Green, I'd suggest, could be playing in a very important game here this afternoon, and no one's told us about that.
I think it might be 150, actually.
Congratulations, Stephen, 150 games for the Anakie Footy Club, and I'm sure he'll put his best foot forward. talking about putting your best feet forward, we've got to welcome aboard to Country FM this afternoon on 89.1. Barry here back in the studio, because Barry, a tireless worker for Burston's Automotive, and he comes and annoys me down at APCO Easy Shops in Bale Heads occasionally, and actually every Tuesday Barry does that. And good afternoon, Barry, how you going? You there,
good, thanks,
Barry?
Ron. Very good.
Mate,
Been nice to listen to you in here, mate.
Thank you very much, Barry. And I listened to you all the way out in the car here this afternoon, and you'll be pleased to know that the reception out here at Anakie is absolutely first class. And we look forward to hearing from you throughout the afternoon with update scores, etc. And of course, I'm sure we'll bring you a very accurate kick-by-kick and, of course, colourful call of this great game out here this afternoon. Barry, while I've got you there too, I think just from a listener point of view, we want to make it interesting this afternoon for all your Country FM listeners. If you don't mind manning the telephone for us, Barry, we're going to put up a glass tankard for the, it's a lovely glass tankard, the APCO Easy Shop guest video glass tankard. If anybody out there listening to 89.1 this afternoon can tell us, back there at the studio, what Anakie is now known as. The question is, what is Anakie now known as? And it's a very, very nice little animal. And don't forget, Barry, the phone number back there in the studio is 241-891. So listeners out there at Country FM, you've got an opportunity to win a lovely glass tankard from Guest Video and APCO Easy Shops if you call 241-891 and tell Barry here what Anakie is now known as.
Yeah, the phone's ringing now, Ron, so we'll see what happens.
It hasn't taken long, Barry.
No, not at all. Did you hear that little team on the way out with the parts of the anatomy, Ron, with my Uncle Ben in the forward pocket and one of your relatives roving, Jack Brain?
Jack, yes. Well, Jack was a bit of a legend at his own lunchtime, and actually, I didn't get the pleasure to meet him. I think he passed on before I was born, I think, Barry?
Yeah, they didn't. They put the team. He played for Hawthorn, and my Uncle Ben played for South Melbourne, but they didn't put the years, and maybe that's good for us, Ron.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, Barry, and well, I think I might leave that one right there. Umpires are on the ground out here at Anakie, and both sides on the ground. Thomson, of course, in their violet crumble gear, the mauve and yellow, very colourful in this overcast day, and of course, well, the Anakie Kangaroos in their demon jumpers, the navy blue and red, and I'm sure that it'll be a great clash here this afternoon.
Certainly will be. A couple of local legends for Anakie on the bench. Neville, the Go-Go Mobile, look at him.
G-O-G-O-L.
And Wayne Toothmore, the runner. So a couple of legends out at Anakie this afternoon helping out the seniors. A couple of score updates to get us starting this afternoon. The reserves was won by Anakie. They had a win at home, 10-5-65, and they defeated Thomson 6-10-46. And out at the Western Oval in Geelong, the Geelong Falcons have stayed on top of the VSFL Under-18 ladder. They've beaten the Western Jets 12-13-85 to 11-7-73. So a 12-point victory there to the young Under-18 side, the Falcons. As Ronnie said, both sides are out on the ground. The umpires this afternoon for the senior match, Noel Hooper and Darren Santaspirito. We'll go back to the studio with Barry and be back for the first quarter. Country FM 89.1 is football.
Buckley's, Geelong's total entertainment centre, have just about everything for a flutter. You could win with 105 pokies, TAB facilities, Club Keno, and if you're hungry, tempting tucker in the Cave Bistro, with steak and seafood on Tuesday nights, pasta on Wednesday nights, prices ranging from $5 to $8. Buckley's are Country FM sponsors, providing the best in live entertainment, and are located at the corner of Fellmongers and Boundary Roads, Breakwater. Phone Buckley's 484866.
The Chicken Coop in the Ryrie Street Market, station sponsors of Country FM, can supply all your poultry needs from the one shop. For fresh chicken foods from Maryland to marinated chicken wings to soup bones, it's all available at the Chicken Coop. As well as fresh chickens, they carry a range of freshly cooked chickens for your pleasure. They can also supply slick turkey meats, eggs and chicken franks. Prices are the best in Geelong. So if you want the best eating chicken around, call into the Ryrie Street Market and talk to Joyce or Stuart White. The Chicken Coop, phone 299 981.
The GDFL Match of the Day, brought to you by Buckley's Gaming Centre, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. Here again is Jason Doherty and Ron Brain.
And, the Anakie side just preparing themselves at the Geelong or southern end of the ground, and the Anakie coach Paul Welsh just coming across to the bench for some final instructions with the bench this afternoon. And both sides, well, they look in fairly good form. We said Anakie, a big win last week against East Belmont, who are unfortunately probably going to be the strugglers in GDFL football this year. And Thomson had a good fighting win against Corio, who will be one of the sides I would think who would be close to finals action. So Thomson, obviously looking for some finals action this year themselves. And Ronnie, an update on our 150 gamer.
Yeah, and I tell you what, they must be like twins, those two, because Stephen Green and David Jolly are very similar look at, and I must apologise to
Second
David
mistake,
Joel
Ronnie. His name's Darren.
Jolly. Did I say Darren?
You said David.
David, it's Darren. And, yeah, congratulations, Darren Jolly, on his 150th here this afternoon. And also, another score comes to hand, Jason. And congratulations again to the Geelong Football League Under-18 combined side that took on the Ballarat Football League Under-18 side. Final scores there, Geelong Under-18's 14-17, 101, 80-point victors at the Western Oval this morning over Ballarat Under-18's 3-3-21, and a convincing victory for Geelong.
They're obviously going to be a fair outfit when the Don Cole Cup Series starts next Sunday with the Ballarat Football League, the Geelong Football League and the GDFL Football League and the Colac Football League, Colac Industry Football League coming into that Under-17 series next weekend. So obviously they're going to be pretty strong, as they always are, the GFL.
Yes, certainly, and congratulations to all participants in those respective sides at the Western Oval this afternoon. Of course, that's the Geelong Falcons and the Geelong Football League Under-18 Interleague side, having convincing victories there this afternoon. More important duties on Country FM this afternoon, of course, Round 5, GDFL football match of the day between Anakie and the Thomson Footy Clubs, and we'll be back shortly with the start of the game. But Jason, you've got something else to add, I believe.
Oh, well, we might as well go through the other matches in round 5.
What a marvellous idea.
We've just seen Tim Gardner, the captain of Thomson for today, win the toss and kick to the southern or city end of Anakie Reserve. So they'll be kicking to the, for our guest video viewers on Monday nights, they'll be kicking to our right of screen. And, well, round 5, we've got, besides this game, Corio and Eastern Suburbs out at Devil's Playground. That should be a good clash out there.
Yeah, that'll be a ripper, Jason, and I'm sure that Ray Robertson's boys, the Devils out there, with that home ground advantage, would like to see if they'll bounce back. It hasn't been a happy hunting ground for them so far this season, having had losses to Werribee Centrals, and of course, was it Thomson out there as well?
Yeah, I think it might have been, actually.
So, yeah, Eastern Suburbs, I've seen them once when they beat
Bellpost Hill.
We
were there
at home, and they look quite good with young Tony Morrow up at the forward line and Brett Loughton at centre half back. And talking of Brett Loughton, must congratulate him and all players that have been selected in the Geelong District Football League Interleague squad, because they're off to Baruga very shortly.
They are. Interleague training starts on Wednesday night at Eastern Suburbs, so 50 or so guys picked for the squad, so congratulations to all them, and we'll be having a chat about that Interleague squad throughout the day. And just going through, so I think Corio will win that one at home, actually.
Well, I'll go Eastern Suburbs.
Okay, North Geelong and Bellpost Hill.
Another great game. North Geelong probably just sneak in.
Bellpost Hill, I think, there, so we're at odds again. Bannockburn, Geelong West. I don't think there's probably any doubt that Bannockburn will knock off the Cheetahs at home.
Convincingly.
And the last game, Werribee Centrals and East Belmont at Werribee Centrals. Haven't won a home match yet, but should...
They win it by 200 points.
Oh, should be able to this afternoon. Let's hope for the Lions' sake that they can be competitive.
The big game here this afternoon. I notice you've gone for Thomson by 11 points. Yours truly, our brain suggests that Anakie will get up by 11 points here. Homegrown advantage and a good crowd too to witness the action of round 5, GDFL football match of the day.
It's good to see that we're at odds again on Country FM football. Ron and I, Thomson and Anakie, one apiece, and our cameraman, technical producer, Brett Rovera has picked Thomson by 5 goals as the umpire, Noel Hooper, raises the ball for the start of the first quarter GDFL match of the day.
Christy Flint, GDFL photographer. Anakie by 1 goal.
Anakie by a goal. Gets a tap out there. Nathan Taylor forward Thomson. The Tigers try and go into attack straight away. Up against Justin Tate in the ruck this afternoon. The Tigers, though, through their coach, Alan Richardson, and also McDonald, gets his left boot to it and goes long towards full forward. Getting back there, though, they've got the numbers. Darren Jolly goes for the safety of the boundary line. He might have found it, has he? No, he's found Shane Coots. He gets one high. No free kick play on the call. Thomson have got the numbers. They get it away now. Go long towards full forward. Chris Gardner's getting back there. Kicked off the ground quickly by Darren Friday. And they clear. Anakie, great work, though. Timmy Gardner, 15 metres out from goal. Tries to tap it to the advantage of his brother in Chris. But Scotty Simon relieves the pressure. Goes long and wide towards the boundary line before Justin Tate and Rick Humphrey for Thomson can get there and a boundary throw in.
And a nice new look, Justin Tate too. Had all the locks cut off and looks rather sporty here this afternoon. He's going to need to be pretty sporty too. Wins the battle against Nathan Taylor. No one home for the Anakie Rouge as Macca McDonald, right foot kick, non-preferred side of his body, lobs one up there to half forward. Coming through hard at the football there was Matty Goonan. Couldn't trap it. Kicked off the Garbutt up to the teeth of goal. Coming out strongly there was the big fella in Cowan. Screws it back over his left shoulder. But he's well offline. Good pressure there from the full-back in Glenn Menzies, and 1 point as a result.
So first score on the board, the Landers Bull and Wisbowski Chartered Accountants first quarter scoreboard, and Thomson take the lead. They're one behind, and Anakie gets the score. Kick out by Gibbons is short, finds Simons in the left back pocket, goes with his left boot, around towards half-back. McFarlane in front for Thomson, and Christian McFarlane, the youngster, takes the mark at half-forward. The lead's on from Cowan. Also coming in there was Justin, but Mark Cowan is there, led well in front of Menzies and took a good mark on his chest. And the former Lee District's full forward now at Thomson this season will have a kick for goal about 35 metres out. Not much of an angle to speak about, and won't have any troubles with any breeze today. No wind here at Anakie Reserve. Overcast conditions, a little bit dewy on top of the ground. We have had a few showers. And Mark Cowan to put Thomson's first goal on the board. He comes in, left boot. Poor kick off the boot, has missed it to the near side, and one behind. Thomson's second for the day.
Yes, just probably rushed a little bit there. You mentioned a little bit of moisture on the surface, Jason, and I tend to agree with that. It's going to make conditions a little bit tough for the players. As Scotty Simon's kick now from full-back, it's not a good one. It's going to go out without any player touching the ball. Again, it just slid off the side of his boot a little in that kick. He's kicked at a good 55, but it's going to be repelled now by the Thomson's Christian McFarlane.
McFarlane goes long towards Cowan, again coming out. Menzies gets the punch away this time, but Cowan recovers the best. Flick handball to Richardson, puts him under pressure. Scotty Simon, who's been influential in the first 3 minutes of the game, gets another kick now. Short little kick towards Justin Tate. He finds the ruckman. Both of those players named in the GDFL Interleague squad earlier this week. Tate now goes with his left boot long towards the wing, coming out Atchison. Gillett taps it away from him. Tapped out by McDonald to Taylor. He tries to tap it on to Gardner. He does so. Timmy Gardner can't pick it up though. He's pressured there. And it's out of bounds on the wing position. In front of Jamie Elman there, who's also sporting the short back and sides this afternoon.
Well, I think he might have picked up a yard as well. That could have some contributory nature to it. He's back in there fighting for the footy again. Overruns the footballers, Elmer. Now on hands and knees. Oh, trying to break the tackle there was Jason Franken. A whistle on play, though. Some good pressure there from the coach of the Thomson side, Alan Richardson. And umpire Stan Espirito, it is, who's following guest video around, will bounce down.
He's on the wing now. He puts it up. Taylor gets a good thump away, but to nobody in particular. Franken runs at it. Humphrey off the ground. They've got the numbers of Tigers here if they can push it out. He does. McFarlane into the direction of Justin. Justin at centre half forward. Coots comes across, tackle without the footy, and he will get the free kick at centre half back for the Roos and relieve the pressure. Shane Coots, one of the veterans in the Anakie side now, goes wide looking for Stephen Green. One out with Stein. Goes up early, tapped away by Stein, but takes a good mark play on the call. Touched there by Jason Stein, and a bit tough umpire Hooper to come in and bounce the ball on the outer side half-forward flank for Anakie.
Yeah, a little bit of moisture on the footy. I think umpire just having a chat to the player concerned there. He's obviously had something to say, but so he should. Bounce down, outer side half-forward flank. Again, Tate. Good knock away, but at ground level, McDonald, who's been busy for the Tigers, kicks it quickly up there to the forward pocket. But he's missed everybody completely, and he's popped it out of bounds on the full, and young Friday gets the penalty free kick.
Shane Friday goes towards half-back. Scotty Simon can't take the mark at the second attempt. Taylor gets his kick away towards McFarlane at centre half forward, tapped away by Jolly. Running through, though, was Goonan, or he's tackled. In fact, it was Richardson. Cowan sits and waits, turns around the big man. He goes on his left boot. He might have kicked the goal this time. I think he has. And Mark Cowan kicks his first goal, and also Thomson's first, and he could be a handful this afternoon, full forward for Glenn Menzies.
Well, Glenn Menzies on that occasion, I will be a little bit critical of him. He made the tackle, but didn't make it well enough, because the big fella, Cowan, just broke the tackle comfortably and popped to a very handy goal for the Thomson side.
And Anakie haven't been past the centre line yet in attack, and we've been playing 4.5 minutes of this first quarter. Thomson lead, 1 goal to 8 points. Anakie gets to score on the Landers Bull and Wisbowski Chartered Accountants first quarter scoreboard. And Mark Cowan has 1 goal, 1 at full forward this afternoon for the Tigers, as umpire Stan Espirito has the ball back in the middle. Tate to do the ruck work for Anakie, and Nathan Taylor to do the ruck work for Thomson. Umpire San Espirito puts the ball down now. It favours Tate. He can tap it out towards Gavin and also Lawrence. Elmer runs through. Tap back by Taylor, which was good. He's got Richardson. He sells the dummy. Gets around onto his left boot. Now on his right goes long. One out. Cowan and Menzies. Cowan in front. Goes up. Cut punched away by Goonan. Out towards Gardner. Chrissy Gardner now over his right shoulder. Kicks the ball high. Has to sit and wait as McFarlane. Takes a great mark in the pocket. In fact, it's Goonan, Matt Goonan. And a great mark having to stand there with the pressure coming from Coots and also Darren Jolly. But it's going to be a fair kick from there. He's about 15 metres out and he's on the boundary line, right forward pocket for the Thomson Tigers. Kicking to the city or southern end of Anakie Reserve this afternoon in this first quarter.
Right in front of the scoreboard here, and it's showing that Thomson 1-2-8. Anakie yet to score. The left foot of Goonan, it looks pretty good. Grading on the goal umpire, he said, no, we have just offline. And 1 point the result off the boot of Matt Goonan. The very flashy forward pocket resting Ruck Rover, who's done quite well early stages here of round 5. GFL footy on Country FM.
Darren Jolly goes to the outer side with his right boot, looking for the lead of Justin Tate, who's leading Nathan Taylor to the ball. He's at half back now. Goes with his right boot, which is non-preferred. It looked a poor kick off the boot. Quick kick around the boundary line towards the wing. It's going to beat all players out. Thomson did have the numbers there, so a bit lucky for the Roos. Out of bounce and a boundary throw in.
We better send a special cheerio too to all the mums out there tomorrow too, Jace.
Certainly, yes. Happy
Good on
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day for tomorrow.
Boundary throw in now on the outer side wing. Taylor at the back. Tate gets a great fist to it towards centre half forward. Welsh, who's playing at centre half forward this afternoon, he overruns it. Getting back there, Jeff Belair. Thomson have got the numbers though. Now Anakie have. Getting around there, Gavin gets back onto his right boot, goes long. One out back there is getting there for Mark Harris for Thomson. They've got the numbers. Can they rush it through? I think they might be able to. Burke's back there also for the Tigers. And Peter Dover couldn't do much about that for Anakie, so one behind Anakie's first score this afternoon.
Darryl Brissett just scratching his head, showing a little bit of concern, I'd suggest, because the ball hasn't come down there that much, and he may be forced to put himself in the middle.
Kick out is a poor one, goes towards Lawrence, falls towards Timmy Gardner at centre half back, sells the dummy again, short little kick out towards Menzies. That's Fremantle style football by the Tigers. Oh, he's going to put his teammate under pressure there in Burke, tapped out by Gibbons. Good tap out too, back to Phil Gavin. He's got Elmer short, he can sit and wait, and Jamie Elmer does. In fact, it's Belair's goes in with his left boot. Oh, and he could have sat and waited. He decided to play on. Bissett was leading, had two options and ended up kicking it behind. So the veteran Belair's kicks one behind, and Anakie trail by just a goal now. Two behinds, and they trail Thomson 1-2-8.
Yeah, Jeff Belair definitely took the wrong option on that occasion. Thomson's Mark Harris, the fullback, a lovely kick, and finds Cowan now on the ball for the Tigers at half back, outer side of the ground. The left-footed Goonan, a lovely low penetrating drop putt. Coates comes out, smothers the football well, support there by Friday. Well done, and gets back to Coots. There's a whistle on play, and I think off the football there was an infringement on that youngster, and it was a high tackle. And it'll be taken there by, I think you'll find, the 33-38 jersey. Mickey Gibbons, of course, the rubber man. He goes it long.
Goes long towards half forward and finds Gillett, who takes the mark in front of Stein there. One out now, Harrison, Bissett. Bissett gets his left hand to it. Harris, he's wrapped up there. Welsh, the veterans. Welsh turns around over his shoulder. I think he might have just missed. He has. The coach has put through Anakie's third behind for the day.
Yeah, good work though, Paul Welsh.
Yeah.
Under pressure, showed a bit of strength on that occasion, picking the ball up out of the pack and popping it through. A goal would have been a better result, but the big fella just offline.
So Anakie, three behinds, trail Thomson 1-2-8. Early stages of this match of the day, round 5 on 89.1 Country FM. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast so far. And a kick out by Harris, finds, running across half-back there, Gann. Left foot kick is a poor one. He picks out Justin Tate at centre half-back. He handballs. Elmer's going to get wrapped up by Gann. Dover's running through. He taps it out towards Menzies for Thomson. In the back pocket, he's got a bit of time to go towards the safety of the boundary line. And a good kick there to find the safety at half-back and relieve the pressure for Thomson.
A little bit of inexperience on Justin Tate's part there. You know, he was moving rather quickly, but rather than stop and go back and settle proceedings down, opted for the hand pass, didn't find the target. Needless to say, the Thomson side have now cleared the ball and brought it right out to the members' side half-back flank. It just makes it a bit harder now for Anakie to get the ball up forward.
Taylor gets a great knockout out of the ruck. Humphrey comes off his wing. Timmy Gardner's there also, but he runs out with the ball. There was a couple of Tigers there to help him. Ran out Lawrence, putting the pressure on for Anakie. So a boundary throw in, about 15 metres around from the last one. Closer towards the wing position in front of the grandstand here at Anakie. Taylor gets a tap out. Humphrey comes through with Dean Lawrence for Anakie. He's over the ball now, hands and knees. Handballs to Tate. Quick little handball to Elmer. Going to put him under pressure. Kicks off the ground. Trapped there by Taylor. He's over the top of the ball, the ruckman. Taps it out towards the boundary line. Dale Menzies just lets it drop over the boundary line. And another throw in.
11 and a half minutes gone to this first quarter. 3 points, plays 8. Thomson's advantage here. GDFL footy match of the day.
Taylor goes up, taps it to the advantage of Atchison at centre half back this afternoon for Thomson. He goes long. Scotty Simon takes a good mark against Goonan there in front of the commentary box here on half forward for Anakie. Simon to go long to centre half forward. Gillett leads out in front of Atchison. Atchison gets in front in the end and takes a good mark too. There's not a lot of him there, but good mark.
Great mark too. Being in front, Jason, is the order of the afternoon. And Atchison now, he'll drive Thomson into attack. Straight down to centre half forward. In front, ordinarily a nice fingertipper there, McFarlane. Quick hands to McDonald. It was good football for the Tigers. Left foot kick. Cowan in front. Too strong. And takes a timely chest mark in front of Glenn Menzies. And we've already mentioned Menzies. He's going to be in for an horrific afternoon. Because at the moment, Mark Cowan well on top.
He's using his body so well at full forward there, just holding Menzies off. Menzies a little bit taller than him, but just using his backside and his back and just holding Menzies off. So Mark Cowan to line up for his second goal this afternoon and to push Thomson further ahead. Comes in now with the left boot, only a couple of steps, but I think he might have put it straight through the middle. He has done so. So Mark Cowan, his second goal, and Thomson's second.
Yeah, good footy again, and just a little bit of undisciplined play on that occasion by Gillett. Giving the turnover to the top side as they've made amends. Some lovely work from Atchison, kicking the ball to centre half forward, and needless to say, shortest way home is straight down the middle, and the resultant goal, a good one for the Thomson side. 2-3-15 Thomson, Anakie 3 points, and we've been going 13 and a half minutes in this first quarter. GDFL footy for 96 on 89.1 Country FM.
So Cowan's goal's the difference here at Anakie Reserve, match of the day. Tate goes up early, gets a tap down, running straight through there was Jason Franken, breaks a tackle also, gets his left boot to it, running out, Bissett one out with Harris, pushing the back, played for it there, and Daryl Bissett gets it against Mark Harris, about 35 out on a 45-degree angle. And the interleague coach this year will have a chance to put his first goal on the board for Anakie.
Well, I think he's a bit up the ground, Jason. Now, your eyes might be deceiving you or maybe mine. I think he'd be closer to 50, wouldn't he?
No. Come on, Ronnie.
Thank you very much.
We'll have 45.
Okay, well, I think it'll test him. The big fella, Bissett comes in the drop punt. It doesn't look too bad. Distance wasn't a problem. Accuracy is, and he's offline. The ex-coach of the Anakie side, Daryl Bissett, enjoying the comforts of full forward here this afternoon.
Certainly is, with his brother out injured for the season, Corey, who's the usual full forward for Anakie. Daryl's taken over that position at full forward for the 96 season and kicks Anakie's fourth behind. They trail 4 behinds to 2-3-15 Thomson. Harris to kick in. In fact, Richardson's kicking in. Goes towards Friday, who's a long way up the ground from half-back for Anakie. He's at centre-half forward. Taps it out to the advantage of McDonald. Over the top of the ball was Welsh also. Pack develops at centre-half forward for Anakie. And umpire Santa Spirito will come in and bounce the ball. Alan Richardson, we've seen in an earlier game against Bannockburn, can kick the ball a country mile. Torpedo punts 75 metres quite easily, so doing the kicking out on that occasion from full-back. Taylor gets a good tap to Gardner too. Runs across centre half-back, gets his right boot to it. Goonan in front of Simon. Simon taps it out, but only to the advantage of the Thomson players. Running straight through there was McFarlane. Gets tackled by Jolly. Coots relieves the pressure back towards the wing. Stephen Green has to sit and wait. Oh, kicks it backwards towards Goonan now. They've got the numbers. If he can pick it up, he can do so. He picks up, runs around 2, has to kick quickly now with his left boot. Poor kick at the... Good pressure there from Stephen Green coming off his wing. Menzies and Cowan can't do anything about the ball trickling over the boundary line for a boundary thrown in the forward pocket.
Yeah, certainly, Jason. And, pressure was the operative word on that occasion. That's what's caused the misdemeanour of young Goonan. And, again, boundary throw in, right forward pocket, all comes to ground. Timmy Gardner tries to pick it up, kicks it off the carpet. Cowan, was he held? No, said the umpire. Pack of players have formed, and I think you'll find Noel Hooper, the central umpire, will come and bounce down a good 30 metres out from Thomson into attack. And we've been going 15 minutes of this first quarter. Thomson 8, they lead. I should say Thomson 15, lead Anakie 4 points.
Good play by McFarlane out of the ruck, but he's pressured by Elmer. Cowan, 1 against 5. He leads the ball to the race near the boundary line. Cowan, can he keep it in? He can't do so. He's pressured there from Jamie Elmer, Glenn Menzies, and also Shane Friday back there. And the boundary umpire will come in and throw the ball in front of the scoreboard, right forward pocket for Anakie. Goes up there. Quick kick there from Phil Gavin. And the only thing he's found is the safety of the boundary line out of bounds on the full. And Damien McDonald to take the resultant free kick at half forward. And the Thomson Tigers lead by 11 points.
Very congested forward line at the present time. Anakie trying to bottle it up. Richardson leads, ignored. This time Gardner comes out, tries to get the one hand to it, does so, but can't pull the mark in. Now an opportunity. Gee, nicely picked up Christian McFarlane. One way, then the other. Hand pass, not a good one, allows Scotty Simon to come in. His kick was well smothered by McFarlane. Now back of players form. Pretty untidy stuff for the right forward pocket. Umpire Sanders Pareto has suggested he'll have another touch of the leather and bounce down about 45 metres from Thompson's goal. Right out very wide here on this very picturesque park at Anakie.
The Thomson Tigers have been desperate in their forward line to keep the ball in there. McFarlane takes it out of the ruck, goes towards Humphrey. Chrissy Gardner gets a kick over the shoulder. I think it might be too wide for Matt Goonan, it is, and Anakie will relieve the pressure with a free kick in the back pocket. It's going to be Shane Cooch, the reserves coach out here at Anakie, to take the free kick in the back pocket. 11 points the difference, middle stage of this first quarter. GDFL match of the day, live and exclusive on Country FM. Cooch now goes long. McFarlane in front, should be able to get back, can't take the mark though, had the chance. McDonald at the back of the pack, left foot kick, has had a heap of possession this first quarter. Cowan goes up and takes a good mark. Coots in front and Menzies behind, and they couldn't stop him.
Well, I never knew that Shane Coots was known as ladder, but I'm going to call him that, the step ladder. He used him superbly that time, Cowan. Used him for the ride, got up in top of his back and took a great chest mark. And I've got to tell you, Glenn Menzies had no hope in the world there to get a fist to it. And now Cowan, he's about 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. Oh, the kick is a shocker. He's missed the woodwork completely and popped it right across the face of goal, out of bounds on the full. And a sigh of relief from the Anakie Kangaroos camp.
Shane Friday to relieve the pressure for Anakie in the back pocket, goes to the outer side. Scotty Simon's made a lead for him, and he finds him at half back. Been influential in this first quarter, Scott Simon. Goes long now with his left boot towards the wing. 2-on-2, Taylor in front. Comes from behind there with Stein. Leaves it for his teammate McFarlane. Little handball to Richardson. The coach puts him under pressure at half forward. They've got the numbers though. Tate, Anakie. Green now on the wing, runs away. Short little kick out towards Jeff Belair's. Leading him in the race for the ball there was Mick Gann, I believe. And a boundary throw-in on the wing position out of side at Anakie Reserve.
Mickey Gann's been quite busy at half back in an unusual role for him, but it seems to have slotted in nicely for the Thomson Tigers, who have got a 3-1 win-loss ratio so far in 96. And well, he's probably enjoying the opportunity of attacking the ball straight ahead in defence.
Boundary throw-in now, Taylor against Tate. Taylor gets his left hand to it, taps it to the advantage of his small member. He didn't get there in time. Stein, quick kick off the ground towards half forward, coming across Goonan. Simon playing off him there at half back. Coming in now at half forward, umpire San Espirito, and he will bounce the ball. Tigers in attack again. They have been for most of the first quarter. They lead by 11 points.
Ball about 55 metres from the Thomson goal. Now bounce down. Season off the ground, Thomson forward. Kick off the ground mid-air by Jason Stein was a beauty, and that man doing it again, who's created havoc from the forward line here this afternoon. There's an opportunity from 40 metres out from goal on a very slight angle, and Matt Goonan, he's kicked 1 point so far this afternoon. A real opportunity from here.
Yes, line up for goal now, 40 metres out. Not much of an angle to speak of. He's being pretty deliberate with his run up now. He comes in, kicking with his left boot. He goes in, might have just missed it on Cowan in the square. Can't take the mark. They've still got the numbers. Elmer tries to tap it through. Gardner off the ground. It's close to the boundaries, close to the goal line, in fact. And I think it might have just been touched through by the Anakie defence for one behind. So,
Cowan a bit unlucky on that occasion, the big fella, till he took a great mark on the goal line. Not paid by the umpire. The rushed point is the result.
Jolly to kick in for Anakie from full back. Simon again has made a lead and found him at half back, and is the marking option across half back from the kick out so far in this first quarter. Kicks now with his left boot, goes long towards the wing. Menzies up the ground now. McFarlane can't take the mark. Menzies recovers, has Green on the outside, uses him now, runs towards the lead of Bissett. One out in front. Mark Harris comes out uncontested and takes a good mark. And half-back. Rick Humphrey now makes the lead for him up the wing, and a good kick by Harris. Waited it nicely, found Rick Humphrey, who's run towards half-back and taken the mark to the Tigers. Right foot kick into the centre, McFarlane. Pushes Lawrence out of the way, can't take the mark. McFarlane recovers, picks the kick off the ground towards Elmer. Little man now, good kick too, because he's got Belaires and Welsh. They both muck it up though. Stein has got Thomson on the run from half-back. Right foot kick over the top, it's a good one. They've got numbers here, Justin, the Echo. And also Goonan comes across to do the shepherding. Justin, left foot kick around the corner towards Gardner. He's a long way away from Scotty Simon. He lines up with his right boot. He's on the boundary line, 30 out, poor kick. All the hard work done from the Thomson midfield, and Gardner couldn't finish it off there. Out of bounds across the goals. Boundary thrown in front of the scoreboard, right forward pocket for the Thomson Tigers.
Very loose defence, Anakie on that occasion. They need to tighten. Ball 20 metres from Thompson's goal, right forward pocket, boundary throw in. Gardner again doing some busy work at ground level, lost the footy. Scotty Simon likewise doing a great job for Anakie, kicks around the body. Not a good kick because it's allowed McDonald to come in. He's right footer, up and under job if you ask me. A real rainmaker. No one can get a handle on the footy. Except, don't tell me he's kicked the goal. The 53 Guernsey and Cameron Price has come on. He's picked it up and just gone bang with his right foot and put it through.
It was only 10 metres out from goal. Just a quick kick off the boot and straight through the goal. So a vital one for Thomson there. They're third, and the move has been made. Also, Darren Jolly is back on Cowan at full-back. He swapped Glenn Menzies at centre-half back now for the Anakie side on Christian McFarlane. So Thomson stretch their lead, 3 goals, 4-22. They lead Anakie 4 straight behind. Landers, Bull and Wisbowski, Taylor Accountants first quarter scoreboard. And Ron Brain, always the time maker. How long have we been playing this first quarter?
23.5 minutes gone. Just getting into time on shortly as the ball back to the centre. Opportunity now. Anakie, quick hands there from the youngster. That was Darren Friday. Good work there to Lawrence. His hand pass, though. Couldn't find the target, but there's been a holding charge on the rubber man. Mickey Gibbons, and he'll drive Anakie into attack.
Free kick, got a kick over the mark. He was on the wing position there and played on before the umpire had called time on, so he had kicked the ball towards Bissett at full forward, so it's got to come back to Gibbons on the wing. They need a late goal in this first quarter, Anakie. They trail by 18 points at the moment, and you would think it might not be a high-scoring game with the way the ground is. A bit dewy on the top of the ground. Kicks towards half forward and couldn't find Gillett there, so a boundary thrown at half forward for Anakie.
It's such a big ground too, and Anakie at the moment playing a little wide of centre, taking a long way home. So let's hope that they can get their bearings, and obviously the only way to go on this ground is straight down the middle. As we see there, was Jason Franken get a quick hand pass to Green. His kick though dropped short. Harris in front there of Bissett. Good work. Taps it out wide. Now Thomson. Good work there from Stein. Left foot kick. Finds his teammates there. And I think it was McDonald. Now kicked off the carpet. Opportunity McFarlane at half forward for the Thomson side. But Glenn Menzies does well and clears the ball for the Anakie Roos.
Goes towards Dover at centre half forward. Running also there. Tate, the big ruckman, who gets wrapped up, holding the ball. Well, play on. He was nearly going to call it the umpire. Pack develops at centre half forward now for Anakie. Umpire Hooper to come in and bounce the ball, and very lucky there, Peter Dover could have been holding the ball. The umpire had the whistle 3/4 of the way to the mouth and then decided against it, called play on.
Now the umpire was caught on the wrong position on that occasion, Jason, so rather than guess, he let the football go. Good umpiring. As we see now that Welsh, long bomb up there, Bissett used his body, but Harris has got a big reach. Gets old Bissett, tries to kick it around the corner, he does. Sees his teammate up there at Phil Galvin, who tripped at the crucial time, and allows Atchison now to calmly clear the football there to McDonald. Damien McDonald's pass, a beauty, a real chest burster, and hits, that looks like Rick Humphrey it is at half-back members' side.
Goes long towards the wing, Gardner goes up, Welsh in front, can't take the mark. They've got the numbers at the bottom place of the pack. Timmy Gardner's one of them, runs around half forward, goes long one out, Cowan getting back there, McFarlane as well. McFarlane against Menzies. Menzies keeps his feet and recovers. Left foot kick back towards Stephen Green. Can't take the ball in. Richardson runs straight through the pack. Takes it with him at half forward. He's got it now. Quick right foot kick, spiral torpedo over the head of Shane Coots there. Cowan runs out. Also Goonan runs through. Goonan with his left boot turns around and has kicked the goal.
Great goal.
Sensational roving off the back of the pack there from Matt Goonan and his first goal. And the 50s are all doing it for Thomson at the moment. Their forward line, 54, Mark Cowan has kicked 2 goals. 53, Cameron Price has kicked 1. And 56, Matt Goonan has kicked his first. And Thomson lead by those 4 goals. Thomson 4-4-28. They lead Anakie 4 behinds on the Landers Bull and Wisbowski Chartered Accountants first quarter scoreboard.
Don't forget Landers Bull Wisbowski, level 4 Commonwealth Bank building in the city. Takes the stress and worry out of your life. LBW Chartered Accountants. And we also thank the associated sponsors of Country FM for supporting GDFL football for 96.
Hope you're enjoying the live and exclusive coverage of Geelong and District Football League on 89.1 Country FM this afternoon. GDFL match of the day, Thomson and Anakie. Umpire Hooper bounces the ball again close to quarter time. Welsh in the ruck now. The coach has taken it upon himself to go in the middle and start something for the Roos. And he kicks long towards half back. But first there, Burke runs away from Dover. Oh, tries to bounce the ball. You don't do that, son. You can't do that on a day like this with the dewy ground. Justin Tate comes across, taps it towards the safety of the boundary line, and Anakie will have a chance to try and kick their first goal with the ball at half-forward grandstand side.
Get midfielders Jamie Elmer, Stephen Green, young Dover just need to fire up a little and get themselves into the action, because at the moment Thomson taking it quite comfortably here at the moment. Got the game right by the scruff of the neck as the ball kicked up forward. Bissett took a dive, no free kick. Loose ball now spills. Opportunity for Elmer, I think it was. Over there to Bissett, left foot kick. It was actually Jeff Belair's who hand passed it, Daryl Bissett. But the left foot step at goal again. No luck for the Anakie side is offline.
So Anakie have had limited opportunities in their forward line, but when they've had it down there, unable to make the most of them. 5 behinds. They trail Thomson 4-4-28 by 23 points. Close to siren time for the first quarter here at Anakie Reserve. Alan Richardson, the coach for Thomson, to do the kicking out. Short kick this occasion. Finds Rick Humphrey in the back pocket. Out of side. Goes long towards the lead of Atchison. Gillett goes with him. Good punch away there from the centre half forward. Shane Friday, a long way up from half back. Taps it in front of him. Picks it up at the second attempt. Gets tackled by Humphrey. Got the numbers though. Still Anakie. Oh, gets one high there. That was Tate, I think. Lawrence in there, pushes in the back. Pack develops at half forward. And the umpire has found a free kick. And it is going to go to Anakie, a Thomson player over the top of the ball there. So the Roos to have a free kick at half forward out of side. And that was against Rick Humphrey. And Dean Lawrence to take the free kick.
Wearing the famous number 99 jumper.
Very heavy jumper on a day like this too,
Very
Ronnie.
heavy indeed, but a real vote catcher, I'd suggest. Jason is... he comes in now, he's a good 70 metres from goal. It's a lovely drop punt right to the heart of the 10-metre square. Adam Richardson there, the coach, should have took that uncontested mark. Couldn't hold on to it. It's off his hands and out of bounds. Left forward pocket. I should say right forward pocket there on the Anakie side of the ground. And the Koala Country, as they call it out here, sees the ball back in play.
Richardson on the bottom of the pack again for Thomson. Quick little handball close to the boundary line. McDonald couldn't keep it in there for Thomson. And another boundary throw in a bit further around from the Anakie behind post on this occasion. About 20 metres around. Tate to do the ruck work against Taylor. Gillett comes in from behind. Richardson over the top of the ball again. Gets one high and will get a free kick. So the coach to relieve the pressure. Oh, good kick too. He's found Atchison on the grandstand side half back. Alone. Taps it on the ground and takes a bounce, goes long towards the middle of the ground, coming out. Welsh is there. Look at Welshie. One hand. Play on the call. The big ruckman goes across. Great kick to Jason Franken. Oh, the siren goes though. And Franken went for a long kick towards Bissett and Harrison goal, but it doesn't matter because it is siren time. It's quarter time here at Anakie Reserve. GDFL match of the day, round 5. And Anakie trail Thomson at the moment. Anakie are 5 behinds. Thomson are 4 goals, 4-28. So a 23-point difference at quarter time. The goal kicker for Thomson, Mark Cowan, has 2 at full forward. Matt Goonan and Cameron Price singles. While for Anakie, no goal scorers to date. So fairly comprehensive first quarter scoreboard there. I think that tells the story really. Thomson had most of the play, Ron, in the first quarter and probably made the most of their opportunities in the forward line.
Yes, all set up by Timmy Gar in the middle, who's been very busy at midfield, and they've got some very active forwards in McFarlane, Goonan, sensational, and of course Mark Cowan, the full forward, having 2 goals too of the 4-4 that they've kicked for that term. And at the present time, Anakie a little bit dejected and need to work a little bit harder at the football if they're going to make a game of this here this afternoon for round 5 GDFL football match of the day.